5.
Okay.
We're just in space. That's all.
Woo.
Love it.
This is the
Okay.
vastness of our ADD. Okay, Kumo, like there's a
Yeah.
huge difference between a lot of like the American made stuff and international stuff. Like American
Oh
Nutella
yeah.
is fucking disgusting, but international
Yes.
Nutella is so good. So fucking good. Um but like
We just make things
Kumo saw that we tagged ourselves as
worse.
ADHD and he's like, let's derail this.
Oh yes. I was about to say we of course we did. All right. So going back quickly. Um yeah, that's what people are not using Netflix. Netflix has canceled so many good shows. I I remember we're not just going to talk animated shows, but I love animation. So Tuca and Birdie was a Netflix show. Canceled that.
Mhm.
Um I was talking to you, the Santa Clara Diet, which is like a hilarious comedy drama show.
Mhm.
Canceled that. They canceled the Sabrina show.
Okay, but
Chilling
that was
Adventures
kind of
of
getting
Sabrina.
kind of shit.
That's what it is. Okay,
Chelzor!
yes, but
Hi,
also
wifey.
hi Chelzor. It's okay if you forgot your phone. I'm sorry. Um, but yes, the Chilling Adventures with Sabrina, like that was gone. Hannibal, that was a popular show, and they canceled that one. Like, oh wait, that's NBC. No, that's not Netflix. But Netflix has canceled so many shows, which of
Because they
course
can't
Tuca and
afford to
Birdie
keep
was.
doing this shit. I would highly
Which
say we've talked about Matt Pat
Mhm.
and game theory and film theory recently. Um,
Yeah.
when we talk about him regularly because he's a good creator. He did a theory on what's happening with Netflix and that they're doing way too many series, way too many original movies, way too many original series, and it's fucking them over really, really bad. And I would highly
So
suggest people go and watch that for any kind of discussion about Netflix.
I I don't know why though. I mean, they had. I feel like my my microphone just fell. All right, give me a second. I feel like that um Netflix just doesn't listen to their fans. That's the thing. They don't. Because I think they're so quick to move on to the next hype thing
Because it's a
that they don't listen to their
binge.
fans, that they're like, "Oh no, you have a good show. Don't just cancel it." And then they just do it anyway.
Um, they, it's because they're the binge company. You are supposed to be able to binge stuff, and that
Binge
doesn't.
them. Well, they stopped kind of doing that. There have been, I hate to say this, I also watch trash game shows on there. They do weekly releases as well now.
Well, are those
So
American stuff or are they international? Because I know that several of the
both.
Chinese dramas that we have watched, um, not all of them, but some of them are released weekly.
Yes. So this is what I'm saying. So I have watched
But I don't think
those,
that has anything to do with Netflix. I think that's the actual like
wait,
Chinese production company that's doing it.
right. But I'm not I'm also saying that there are American shows that are released weekly as well. Because like sorry. Let me see if I can look it up. I do remember I actually have to pull up my Netflix account. What was one show that I was oh never mind, I can't pull it up. What was one there was one show I was watching. It was an American game show. It was all American, but it was weekly. It wasn't The Circle. What
Oh,
was it? Because
I
The
kind of
Circle
gave
was
up on
binging.
game shows.
Right. I'm trying to remember. I watched so many trash game dating shows like that because I'm that person. Crap.
I have no idea.
I can't remember, but I do think that like American shows are also doing that as well. I do believe that because I also watched a Korean game show and on Netflix
Hmm.
and they did it weekly as well. So I can see why you said the Asians like Asian productions are weekly, but I do think American productions are also weekly. Um
Well,
it
like
just
here's the
depends. And I
thing.
do think some shows are also weekly
But like, so
just
the
regular
Asian
shows.
productions aren't always. Some of them aren't always like Netflix originals. Some of them are. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
them are. Like Squid Games was
Oh yeah.
definitely one
Yeah.
of those that was
Mm-hmm.
absolutely a Netflix production. Um,
Yes.
Others are not, and I think that they're released when the production allows Netflix to release them. I think another one
Mm.
wasn't it like Miraculous Ladybug that used to do weekly?
I think so.
I kind of fell
I don't.
off of
I think they
that.
stopped. For me too. They stopped. They stopped putting it on Netflix. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They just don't.
But yeah, no, it like, and I don't have
Um.
access to
Oh no, the Korean
HBO
show you're
Max.
talking about, the game show. I think it. I can't remember what it's called. Oh yeah, that's my fault.
I also don't have access
I'm
to Hulu, and
trying
that's
to read all of our
nobody's
chats.
fault.
So some are just right. No, so no Ladybug just randomly dropped half seasons. That's true without warning. That's true. I don't understand what the whole Miraculous Ladybug show, and I feel like you can tell. Ladybug is on Disney in some countries, so that might be why. Yeah, there's some seasons on Disney Plus, or I think like a Christmas special or something on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. It's weird. It's bizarre. I don't know why. Um, sorry, but so shows on Netflix, they have a high chance of getting canceled. But what the show we were talking about was The Owl House, which
Yeah.
is a Disney production.
Which sparked this topic.
And Disney has gone the way of, yeah, that's what sparked this topic. And Disney has been what has gotten me into this topic, because now Disney has been canceling good shows. I'm talking animated shows because that's mostly what I watch Disney animated shows for. But I do think that I don't know why Disney. I'm shitting a little bit on Disney on this one.
Well, we kind of do know. As adults, we understand that they are not hitting their demographics. That's always
No.
why they have
Yeah.
done that. And not just Disney,
Mhm.
but production companies in general. And I would say the biggest one to me, obviously Owl House is affecting both of us, you more than me, but the one that affected me the most
love Owl House.
was Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans. Because it wasn't hitting their demographics.
Oh my gosh. No. The original Teen Titans ended also too soon,
Way too soon.
I think.
Way too randomly, way too soon. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck was going on with Tara? Like, I'm sure they were following parts of the actual comic books and stuff, and we could go, like, read and figure that out, but it's like, but it was a good show. That's just me.
And when I remember when everyone was excited to hear that Teen Titans was coming back, but it's the Teen Titans Go, and I'm like, that no.
And then they teased it at the end of the movie that it's like, oh, if the movie does well enough that we might be able to bring back the original. And that hurt.
Yeah. That did hurt. But I mean, the movie did well. Like the movie actually did do well.
But they still didn't bring it back
for a dumb reason. No, they didn't. They lied to me. Let's see. Okay, Chelsea also makes a good point. They're not hitting demographics. More content creators want LGBTQ in their shows, and Disney isn't letting them. Except you see Disney now, it's June, waving their pride flag and support my ass. That's the reason why they canceled the Owl House. Can I also say, I finished watching the Owl House, right? I finished watching season 2. And they had, so, you know when there's like a portion of animation that is just so much better than any of the other animation?
Shit, we got several of those seasons on this most recent season.
Right. And usually in the Owl House, I'm just gonna speak for the Owl House because I can name so many shows that do that.
Do we need to put
It's
some
been
spoilers up since we're talking about Owl House? Let me go ahead and just.
no. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Okay.
But most of the animation that we've seen has been because of fighting, right?
The very
Well, this
smooth,
particular
very beautiful animation.
yes, it was so well fucking done. And it was very smooth. And they usually do that for fighting. And I love seeing the fighting, like the fighting scenes like that.
And they
Really
actually
smooth
have like
animation.
really great choreographed fighting scenes.
Yes.
Like, I'm
But they
shocked that
didn't,
we're getting this for a kids show.
right. But they didn't do it for a fight scene in season 2. I'm not going
Mm.
to say what it is. If you guys want to watch it, I'll let you see it. But it was a very cute scene. And I'm just like, that is a big middle finger to Disney that all of their budget went to that one scene instead of a fight scene. And I loved it.
It's a little
I
bit of a middle
loved
finger
it.
to me too because I want like really good fight scenes. Like they do fight scenes so well. So
They
well.
did it so well, but I'm glad that they didn't put that into a fight scene.
Yeah.
That one scene, which I'm not
Okay,
going to
I will give
spoil,
you that one scene, but I want
that
more
one
fight
scene.
scenes.
Oh no, I agree. I think that we will have more fight scenes, but that one scene where they put all their animation budget in was perfect and so sweet and amazing. And as a big middle finger to Disney, because I'm like, out of all of the ways they could have animated, you know, the season finale,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
They chose that one scene that way.
Yep.
Wow,
Mm.
it was good.
We're shitting on Disney, but I also want to like point out like Cartoon Network does the exact same thing.
Oh my god, yes.
I don't really watch Nickelodeon as much. I don't find their
Yeah.
shows to my taste. So I'm
Hmm.
not going to be talking about, but like Steven Universe.
Oh, I was about to say Steven Universe as well. Well, before we continue, let me see. I also wish Disney made more shows, movies that represent more people of color community. That I also agree. I think Amphibia and The Owl House has done very well in portraying people of color, but they need more. I agree. They need more.
Yeah.
I mean, the internet has spoiled the hell out of this scene in question. I'm so sorry, Kumo. Um, oh yes, and the show we're talking about is The Owl House. It's an animated show, which is good. It has Latino representation because the main character,
Hmm.
okay, is a Latina girl who is bisexual. A bisexual Latina girl.
And she's
Boom.
kind of portrayed as almost gender fluid.
Almost gender fluid, yes. There is speculation that she is gender fluid, but the creators or the writers haven't actually come out and said it yet. And
This may be a
Dana,
little insensitive. I don't exactly see her as gender fluid. I think she is someone who just has fun with her outfits.
I'm just thinking she's a tomboy, like me. I was a tomboy. I dressed like that
Uh,
when I was
She
younger,
was a tomboy. Fair.
very
I will
much.
give you that. Like it's one of those things. It's like she's a tomboy in her regular clothes, but when we get into like her formal outfit for
Oh
the
yes, Grom,
Grom,
yeah,
she does wear like like a tail coat with a tutu skirt.
yes.
And I just honestly, I'm like, I know some
She's
people
just
who are very secure in their like binary like identity, so like as a man or as a woman, and
hmm
are they just enjoy wearing just whatever they want, like freely
hmm
expressing themselves in what they wear.
I agree, but again, if
If they come out
Dana,
that
the
she's
show's creator,
gender fluid,
gender
sure.
fluid, yeah, then I'm like, okay, that
Yep.
also makes sense. I can also see that. Um, but Dana, the creator, has not been shy in stating exactly who these characters are,
Right.
and I'm very proud of them for that. They're the creators of the show, and they're the ones getting shit on by Disney because of that kind of representation. Not the people of color, but the LGBT
Mhm.
representation in the show.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Disney canceled them. I mean, that's what they've speculated is why they canceled them.
We got a lesbian couple, and I'm just like, unfortunately,
Yes,
but I'm
yes.
over here. I'm like, oh,
Well,
are we getting a gay
actually,
couple too? Oh,
we have so
we
the
have
whole
like
in the
Willow's
show,
dads, but
Willow's
like
dads. And
But
then
no.
in season 2, they showed 2 lesbian grannies.
Hmm.
If you don't like, they showed that. They showed like they're very
And they're
open.
not like showing it. They're just there,
They're
existing,
just
like
there.
what you are
Yeah,
supposed to do with representation. They are just supposed to
exactly.
exist. But like
Exactly.
I'm shipping a couple of people.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Already? Me too. I already am.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. We can talk about that on a different podcast.
Because it would
But
get into very serious
oh my
spoilers
God,
because
yes.
it really
We
doesn't
can't.
come up until like the last 6 episodes of this
I
most recent.
know. Mm.
Mm,
Anyway,
But we know
yes.
I'm a shameless shipper. Like I will ship
I am too.
anything. I'm just like,
I am
oh,
too.
you
I've
made
been on
prolonged
Tumblr.
eye contact. We ship. We ship.
I listen. I'm
Mm,
already on Tumblr. I already saw the ships. Um,
mm,
but yes, let's go back to Steven Universe. So, because I think that's something I know a lot of people. Again, it's an animated kids show,
mhm.
but I think it also portrays exactly what we're talking about. Because that also got canceled. Um, and I also think it's because of the whole LGBT plus representation in the show.
Not only
Um,
that, I think that was a huge part of it, but I think Cartoon Network had a problem with it because it had so many female characters.
you think?
I think that might be a small portion of it. I don't think it's the main
Mm,
reason, and I don't think it's the straw that broke the camel's back. I think that someone somewhere had a problem with that there were too many female characters.
that's
Strong,
bullshit.
powerful
Strong
female
female.
characters
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that didn't fall within gender norms. And
That
that
I can
kind of
also
leads
agree
into
with.
the LGBTQ plus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think that's a small portion of it too, honestly, because
Oh, Chelsea says there is a belief that girls do not buy toys, which gets things canceled.
mhm.
What?
Girl,
Are you
mm,
serious?
mm.
What do you mean we don't buy toys? Are you?
I had
I'm an
so many
adult
fucking
woman.
Barbies.
You still buy toys? What are you? I buy
I had
Legos.
so many fucking
I was about
Barbies.
to say I literally bought a Disney Legos thing and I built the Disney castle
Mhm.
because I'm that person. Yeah, Steven Universe was one of the only shows I know of that had a huge amount of female characters. Yes, but how many shows do I watch growing up that had a bunch of male characters and one female character? Like, come on. It boggles my mind that they don't see that.
Yeah, because they see anything as different from what they're used to as bad.
Ah, bigger than you think. Look at why Teen Titan was canceled. It didn't fit the strong into male female toy lines, so they
Yep.
canceled it.
Yep. That's literally what like that's
Are
why I
you
brought up Teen Titans.
serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Also,
I
hi
didn't know that
Nacium.
was that wait, that was literally I did not know that was the reason.
Yeah.
That's so bullshit.
Yeah.
That's so fucking bullshit. Mainly liked by girls so canned. Fuck that. That makes me mad. I'm already mad. I shouldn't get this early in the morning.
It's bad for your heart.
It's bad for my heart. But sorry, now we're talking. I know Steven Universe and now Teen Titans. Is there any other show that
um
got canceled? That because I know Magnolia has named a few,
I know that you were
and
upset for Amphibia. I didn't really get into that, but I feel like
mm,
Shira was also a victim of this as well.
yes. So I'm gonna talk a little bit because of the Amphibia. It wasn't the fact that it was rushed, I think, because they were threatened to get canceled, and the fans actually. I remember in early 2000s, I think,
Mm,
that they said that they may cancel it, and the fans went to Twitter. They went to like any form of social media to boycott like them canceling the show.
mm,
So much so that actually they didn't get canceled. Excuse me. So it was technically saved. Um, but it was rushed,
mhm.
if that makes sense. It was like
Yeah.
very, very rushed.
That's
And I could see in the last few episodes
mhm.
that it should have been maybe one more season, I think, but I'm glad they did what they had to. That's all I can think of. They did what they had to wrap up the story.
But that's what you see with a lot of things. It's that
Yeah.
I so I'm about to like do quick fire about things where it's like you can tell that they had to wrap up things super quickly and it affected the series, but it was still a way for the writers to their best ability to get an ending that they want. Penny Dreadful,
Hmm. Oh, Penny
Firefly,
Dreadful. Oh,
um
don't get me started on Firefly. That
I
one
know,
hurts.
I'm
That one,
sorry,
no, that
but
one
it is
hurts.
one of those
That one.
things. Steven Universe Future, like there's all these shows that are affected really badly because they are being canceled so suddenly and they're trying to get the bare minimum story that they wanted originally. Like I think
Right.
Gravity Falls ended too soon for my personal taste, but that's
Yes, but
what
that's
the
what the
writer
writer
wanted.
wanted. Hmm.
I
That is definitely what the
personally
writer wanted.
would appreciate more of the universe. I don't have to have more of Dipper and Mabel. I don't, but it's like
Right.
I would enjoy very much more of that writing, more of that universe, more of the
Yeah.
like townsfolks.
Oh, Annie with an E got canceled. Yep. And that one, I feel like that was a show that on Netflix that was kind of they really hoped it would last for a long time because they actually had marketing for that one. Also, have we talked about Firefly at Chelsea? We've talked about Firefly before in a previous podcast,
But not
but I don't think you were
extensively.
there. So, oh no, we talked about it extensively because I told you about how the movie is a piece of shit and I don't acknowledge
Because
that it
you
exists.
cannot accept the fate of those
No,
characters.
no, I don't, and I don't. I just genuinely do not like the film. The writing was bad. Everything was rushed. The fates are what killed me,
Mm,
obviously.
obviously.
But um, I I personally, Firefly, I remember everyone was because it was a cult classic,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
And people were begging for a second season when others watched it outside of Sci-Fi. Was it on Sci-Fi?
It was originally on network television and then moved over to cable. Yes, so it ended up on
Right, right.
Sci-Fi.
That's what I thought. So it didn't. Uh, it. I don't know. I wish there was just one because it was like what one
Yeah.
season,
I think it was like
and got
13
canceled.
episodes.
Yes, and it sucks. It's not enough. That one I feel like hurts me also just a lot
Yeah.
because the movie wasn't a good ending. It wasn't. It should have been another season, and then maybe would have appreciated them more. Firefly was Fox. Fox fucked them. Never forget. Never forget. Also, Magnolia Firefly is a good sci-fi show if you like like not it's a science fiction is what I meant show. Um that is if you like how would I describe Firefly actually?
um,
Science
so
fiction
Magnolia.
western.
Hang on. Magnolia, have you seen Cowboy Bebop?
Mm.
Because it's kind of like Cowboy Bebop. It's not like the story is not the same, but Cowboy Bebop is that good introduction for people who don't know about anime or may not like anime. They
Maybe
tend to
like a
still like
sci-fi
Cowboy
western is the
Bebop.
best way. Yeah.
While Firefly, I feel like
Cuz they're smugglers.
it's like the sci-fi western combo.
Yes.
It's a good introduction to that if you're not really a big fan of it.
Okay, yeah. If that's not your cup of tea, that was one of the science fiction western is the best way I can describe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chelzor is mad, forever mad. I am there with you, Chelzor. And I
Okay,
don't acknowledge
I'm
the
gonna
film. I
pause
don't.
real quick. I'm gonna call her out.
Hmm.
When are you not mad?
Yeah. The other thing with Firefly was it was aired out of order. Oh yeah. So when I watched it because we had the seasons on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, and my friend um, had the seasons on DVD, and we watched it in order. Because I said I never watched it, and they're like, "Oh, you got to see this," and of course, I fell in love with it. So that's how
Yes.
I saw it in college. And it has Nathan Fillion in there.
Ah, yeah.
Um, it is a good show if you like shows like that, science fiction, western films. It's just very good. It
It's
has good
very
comedy.
casual.
The characters, to me, it's the relationships between characters. They write it so well. It was so well written. So well written. And it only had one season and that canceled. And a lot of people who've seen it, they will never forget.
I
Never
kind of
forgive.
agree with Nasim about that. It's sort of like if someone made a Han Solo show without the Star Wars
Oh,
IP. I can
that
kind of
makes
see
sense.
that, but I also kind of see it a lot snarkier than Han Solo could ever be.
Oh, that's true.
Because
I also think that's true.
Nathan Fillion as Malcolm
Oh
Reynolds
yeah.
is just like the snarkiest.
I love it. I love it.
Like, he, as Captain Mal, he is so fucking snarky. And like, who around Han Solo would be Jane? Really? Like, no one could be
Oh
Jane.
yes. No. No. Um okay, so I pulled up a list. Top 60 shows that got canceled way too soon. I don't know if it's in any order, but I love that the first one is Firefly.
Who's providing this list, by the way?
IMDb.
IMDb? Okay, that's fair.
Yes. Um, and that I love that that's the first one. I feel like everyone feels the pain with that one. I'm trying to think of any other shows that we would recognize that got canceled too early.
Um, I know I saw Chelser mention Young Justice.
Ah, wait, is that canceled?
Um, if she says it is, it probably is.
Hmm.
Um, I mentioned Shira earlier. I'm trying to think of other things.
Oh, it just
Oh,
got renewed. Yeah, I was like, I thought I
this
heard
may be
about that.
controversial. I think that Cowboy Bebop the live action.
Oh, that got canceled after one season for sure
And it's
because
the fans. Like,
the fans did that. Yeah.
I mentioned this in a previous podcast. I think it is for the best and the safety of the actress that plays Ed that it was canceled. And that's my only
Oh
positive,
yes.
like, what they had done with her character.
Hmm.
I don't think the internet would have been kind to the actress. And I think for her safety specifically, I think it was a good thing that they did cancel it.
Hmm.
But I am upset because it was actually pretty good.
I I haven't really watched it, so I can't say.
And I keep
But I
telling you, you need
understand
to watch it.
I do need to watch it. And I wanted to watch it. I really did. I think the reviews from the fans is what put me off on it.
But you've talked to
I,
me about it as someone
I have
who's
talked to you about it. And
like
you who watched it has given me a very good
unbiased opinion
insight.
about
Yeah,
it.
unbiased insight on that for sure. Oh, I forgot. So there's a K-drama I watched called So Not Worth It. I should tell watch it. I do like comedies. I'm mad they haven't got a
You
second
do.
season. It's left us on a cliffhanger, but season 2 will never drop. Oh God, no. Oh no. I hate that. If it's in one season and eh, they
Did
don't renew it, it makes me mad. But I do love K dramas. I'm all about that.
Kumo, didn't Invader Zim get renewed recently though?
It did but it got canceled first, and then the fans got upset,
What
and then they renewed it.
did I miss? I feel like I missed something. Danny Phantom, that's fair.
Yes.
I didn't have access to cable growing up, so like by the time um my family did get cable, Danny Phantom was already kind of over and done with just reruns airing.
Oh
So
yeah.
I don't understand what happened with Danny Phantom or where it technically left off at.
Oh shit. I forgot this one series. Carmen Sandiego on Netflix also got canceled after 4 seasons, and the last season was shit.
Oh,
It
really?
was
I don't think I've
garbage.
seen that. I know
Yeah,
I've
I did not
watched
like
it.
it.
I don't think I've seen
Hmm.
season 4.
It's kind of upsetting.
I'm sorry.
Not gonna lie. And then right into that, Castlevania.
Okay, but
That
I
was
do think
wrapped. It wrapped in season 4
mhm,
before it got canceled, so it did wrap. But
they
a
did
lot of
rush it.
people are upset about it. Yeah, they rushed it. A lot of people are upset about that.
Um, but I mean, I'm happy with the last episode. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
does actually wrap it. Like it rushed
Hmm.
it. Um, I knew Como called us out on this. Do we want to go ahead and address it, or do we just want to hold off on our current fixation,
What did he call us out on?
Moon Knight?
First of all, it didn't get canceled. They just didn't do a second season at all. And like, hold up. You already got me on it. It's not canceled. They only planned for one season, which makes me mad because they should have known that they shouldn't have
Ma'am,
just planned for one season. They
this
should have done
fucking
another
episode
season.
is called Series That Ended Too Soon. It's not canceled, it ended too soon.
Oh, that's true. Then yes, fuck that show. I love it. I love it so much. But I don't understand why they just gave me. I don't understand why they gave me just a taste. Damn you, Oscar Isaac. I want more because he's also executive producer. So they gave me a taste and then they just took it away from me, ripped it out of my hands, never to be seen again. And they won an Emmy.
Come on,
They
don't you
won an
fucking
Emmy
dare.
for for a short series. Excuse me. Have I watched The Legacies? I think I watched it with a friend of mine, but like it was playing in the background, so I haven't really watched it. But isn't that based off the book? Or maybe I'm confusing that. Let me look this up.
Shows that go on too long,
Like I said, it's
Supernatural.
going to be topics. You can secretly change it to Moon Knight conversations during his trilogy. Oh gosh, Kumo, stop! You're calling us out. But yes. Oh, and Merlin. Okay, we're going way out of we're getting way out of bounds here.
What? Us? Off topic? ADD galore? ADD gone wild.
ADD gone wild. Oh my gosh. Okay. Magnolia. Yes, I've seen Legacies on the CW, which also has the CW as a company also tends to cancel shows, which is what they did recently. They canceled a bunch of shows recently, but they kept for a while. Fucking Riverdale.
Okay,
Riverdale.
Riverdale is done by the same people that does Sabrina, right?
Yes, yes. But Sabrina's on Netflix and Riverdale's on the CW. Riverdale needs to stop. That's the one show that has gone too long. That should have ended a while back.
Ma'am, are
Oh,
you
bye
okay?
Chelsar. No, I'm getting riled up and I think that's what's causing all the mucus to run down my face.
Ew.
Let's see. All right. But bye Chelsar. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Yeah, so CW ended the legacies way too early. It was sort of the continued TVD and TO. You never got to see what happened to the main characters, which pissed me off. And yet they kept Riverdale. Riverdale, I don't know if anyone has seen Riverdale on the CW.
I haven't. I
Season
was
one,
told by friends not to watch it.
okay, I disagree. I think you should watch season one, and that's it. That's it. That's all you have. Because season one, when they first started, it was actually very good. It was a murder mystery based like with the Archie comic characters,
Hmm.
those comic book characters.
Yeah.
It was very good. But the thing is, it was so good. CW saw dollar signs and they are I think 6 seasons in and it's completely off the rails. They now have superpowers. I can't. I can't. Just do not watch past season one. Just don't. Just
I
don't
can
watch
say
past
the
season
same
one.
thing about Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Like, I.
Yes, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I think the first 2 seasons were okay.
The quality in season 2 dropped really, really bad, and I could
Oh, okay,
not.
that I agree with.
I could not get into season 3. They turned it way too much into a try hard musical that just did not work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Sabrina was making really, really stupid choices that I'm like, even as a teenager, these don't make sense.
Makes sense. I agree. Because it's supposed to be like a horror kind of thing,
Yeah.
but
And then the
it's so
horror kind
dumb.
of dropped. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate what they were doing in season one. Like, I appreciated that they were having these um witches and wizards and warlocks and things like portrayed as like very devout Catholics would be portrayed. And like
Oh
I
yeah.
really appreciate like the quips that they had. Like it was so good, but then like I guess like they didn't play it up in the second season. Like it just the writing was bad. I did
Mm.
not like the second season.
Excuse me.
She's
I'm
dying.
trying to see. Yeah, I'm just dying a little bit. I'm trying to see which seasons have been canceled on the CW because I remember that was a Twitter thing that CW canceled so many shows. All right, but going back to shows that ended too early, just ended too soon. I'm trying to think of anything recently. I'm thinking Disney because of what they did to Amphibia as well as the Owl House. Because how the heck are you gonna have season 3 of the Owl House wrapped up in 3 episodes, 45 minutes long? I just feel like that's bad. No, it's just bad. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be as good as the writers and the creators can make it, and I'm not gonna fault them for that. I'm just gonna shit on fucking Disney for doing it to them.
Yeah.
Oh right, Lucifer was one.
Oh really? I thought Netflix was continuing that
It was, but Lucifer was one that was canceled once again by Fox
by Fox.
because by Fox,
Hmm.
and then Netflix renewed the show for a fifth and final season, but the fans liked it so much they added another season. So 6 seasons. 3 and 4? It was supposed to be 4 seasons? Are you kidding me? Owl House was supposed to be 4. Oh, don't break my heart like this, Kuma. Why would you?
I thought you
I
knew
think
this already. I
Lucifer
thought you
needs
were the
to.
one that told me this already.
I thought it was just 3 seasons. I didn't
Mm.
realize it was 4. Or maybe I just forgot.
You
That tends to happen.
repressed it.
I think Lucifer needs to end. I think it is ending. I think it's just one extra season and that's it. I don't know why, but they did end a fifth season to end the season of Lucifer, but then they just people liked it, so I
I'm
don't know.
always
And it's on Netflix. So that's gonna be canceled very soon because it's Netflix.
I'm
Like,
always
I
super
genuinely do not think.
perplexed by how certain shows will continue and others will end. Like I don't understand
Like, what
why.
do you mean?
So like why does Supernatural get to go on for 15 seasons?
I don't know.
Like I like
I don't
Supernatural.
know.
I'm not like
Yes.
don't get me wrong, I like Supernatural. I like the characters, I like all these things. It's like, but why does it get to go on for 15 seasons? Um and not like something else? Why does something you have to get canceled early before it can finish its story
Mm,
while Supernatural doesn't isn't allowed to finish its story?
that's true. That's a good question. Why is that? Especially Supernatural is a great example.
Again,
Supernatural
no
is a
hate
very
on
good
it.
example
I
for that.
enjoy
No.
it. But like why does it get to continue on and not be allowed to finish its story for so long? Um but others are not allowed to finish their story. Because
How?
technically Supernatural did kind of was supposed to finish its story at season 3.
Right. All the Arrowverse shows, Riverdale and Supernatural, they're all CW shows. Yes, but why
Mhm.
do they get to choose? I remember people were upset over Riverdale continuing for I think one more season. I think it's just going to be a total of 7 seasons. But Supernatural, they just kept going and going and going. I stopped after season 2, I think, halfway into season 2 of Supernatural.
Yeah,
And then there's how many seasons?
15.
Hell no.
15.
I can't.
Like I kind of understand um I kind of understand something like CIS, NCIS, things like that, where they get to like continue on the story. There isn't like
Mm-hmm.
there are stories for the characters, but the overall purpose of that show is kind of like monster of the week. It's like the death of the week. So like what
Oh,
happened, and
oh
then
yes, yes, yes.
what progresses the season is the story that happens with the characters. And like with
Mm,
NCIS, it's like they will kill off characters, they will let characters leave, they will let characters die, but most of them are still it's the same people over and over again.
yeah,
CSI was also another thing. Like we have changed like head investigator or whoever they are in CSI
right.
at least 4 different times.
Yes, yeah.
But we are still as technology progresses, we are still getting like new ways that they solve the mystery and things like that. I get those going on
Right.
and continuing. I get those. I don't get Supernatural. I just don't.
I don't get Supernatural either. Supernatural is. Kumo says if it turns a profit, no matter how bad, they'll cut the budget and keep going. CW doesn't like acquiring new properties if they can keep a current one going with a lower budget. They're milking that thing dry. It is literally withering away, and they're still trying to milk it for all it's worth. They
Okay,
need to stop.
Supernatural did end though. It
It
did
did.
finally end. It ended at season 15. But again, my point still stands. That's a
No,
very,
I agree.
very
That's too
fucking
long.
long.
Mm-hmm. And I think that also went off the rails for a while. Like they just went off the rails. Yeah. So we should do another. We should do another podcast on um, shows that just went too long.
Too long. Yeah.
It's too long. But I forgot this one show that I actually liked. It was a horror series
Yeah.
in 2019, 2020. Um, and that's called Lovecraft Country. It
Oh
was an
yeah.
it was an HBO show, one of HBO Max's first
Series.
streaming shows. It was phenomenal. Oh my gosh. It was phenomenal in terms of good. Well, it was right. It was good writing and everything.
Didn't
The
Jordan
horror,
Peele direct it? Or no?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, Jordan Peele directed it. And it it was very it was very good in terms of the horror, right?
Yeah.
Because the horror wasn't exactly the horror that I was used to. It was a different kind of horror, but
Yeah.
it was still very, very good. And they had it set up for a second season. They even had it was in development
Mhm.
before HBO canceled it
Mhm.
after one season. And which pisses me off because it kind of sort of ended on a cliffhanger, I guess.
Ooh.
But and they had it in development, like second season in development, and they just canceled it. I was like so many others, was very upset, and they got canceled because that was a very good horror show. Not
Right.
gonna lie, it was very good. And HBO, and since it was HBO, it was kind of gory. Like it was just good, man. It was just so good, and they handled a lot of topics about racism in a very good way, in my personal opinion.
I mean, that's what Jordan Peele does, though. He addresses
Yes,
that
it was
stuff
so good. It was so good.
gloriously.
Um, I've never seen HBO Max cancel things for nothing. I think because it was a very
Heavy subject.
heavy subject, that's a good way to say it. They had to cancel it because it was so heavy, and not a lot of people. And then just as much as there are people who loved it, there were so many who absolutely hated it because of the topics.
I mean,
Um,
that's what confuses me. I mean, I guess it's because We're about to get
It
very
was
heavy, and I'm very sorry. But, like, I guess it's because of, like, how our country just sweeps negativity under the rug.
yeah.
That it's just like, it's not a hidden fact that H.P. Lovecraft, the creator of, like, Cthulhu and everything, was
Yes.
an extremely racist person.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
I didn't know that until much later in life, but yes.
much later in life, because again, like, that kind of shit gets swept under the rug because of our country and society. But, like,
Yeah.
it, I wasn't shocked that it was gonna be, like, heavily, like, really heavy-handed on the, like, addressing the
Hmm.
racism. Like, I wasn't shocked by that. But I don't, that's just me. I don't know why it surprised people.
And they also, so the thing of it is, I don't know if anyone has to look into why Love Country is not a bad thing. They flat out told HBO they don't have a vision for season 2, so HBO shut it down. But they had it in production, which is why I was confused.
Well, that may
That's
be a
why.
good thing because I haven't seen Lovecraft Country. Ma'am, I need to borrow your HBO
It's
Max.
Yeah, I
Um,
know that's on the thing. I don't know if it's something you'd like, honestly,
I'd like to give it
because
a
of the
try.
horror.
I like Lovecraft stuff. Like, I would like to give it a try. I'd like to support Jordan Peele where I can.
Mhm. But
But
it does it talks about, like you said, it's very
in your face about it.
racial segregation a lot. I
Hmm.
mean, it's based in a sundown town,
Hmm.
if anyone knows what that is. So it's very, very much, and I can see why it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But again, like you said, it's something that happened in our country, and we just keep sweeping it under the rug because we don't want
Yeah,
to deal with it.
yeah.
But Lovecraft Country should have. I think it's a show that ended too soon. And I know that Kumo says like what they didn't have a vision, but the fact that they had it in production and then they just blah
Well, here's the
makes me
thing.
mad
This is
because
what
it
I'm trying
ended
to
in a
get.
cliffhanger. Sorry, go
Okay.
ahead.
I was about to say, it's like they may have done them a favor by ending it before they really
Hmm.
ramped up production for season 2 because you don't want to have a complete season 1, which I feel like that's kind of what happened with Supernatural, a complete season
Oh
1,
God, yes, Supernatural.
then have a season 2 that you're not fully like committed to, um, and then is forced to have a season 3 to actually complete,
Oh,
at least a season 3 to
yeah.
complete your storyline. Because that's kind of
Mm.
what happened at like season 4 for Supernatural, where it wasn't really supposed to continue. They were forced to kind of continue it. It took them a couple of seasons to catch their stride, and then 10 seasons later, they finally get to finish it.
Gotcha. I found
But
another
again, you
series.
said that it landed on a cliffhanger, but we
Yeah.
also
I
kind of
mean, it
had
ended. It
Moon Knight
ended, but it.
kind of
Oh yeah.
ended on a cliffhanger, but it
Yeah.
was
It ended like.
wrapped up.
Yeah. It ended just like how Moon Knight ended,
Okay.
where it was technically wrapped up,
But
but
left open.
left open. Very much like that. Um, I forgot about this show. I don't know if anyone remembers this show. But does anyone remember Sense Eight?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
It was a Netflix original, which of course it's going to
Oh,
get canceled. Um, I remember watching the first season. It was very interesting. It's Let me see if I can. Uh, okay, a Netflix original series. Sense Eight was a show about eight strangers suddenly becoming mentally linked and
I
navigating
have heard
responsibility of
about
that new
this.
power. It's okay. I watched the first season. It was very good. um, but it was canceled after 2 seasons, and people were so pissed off because I remember I watched the first season and I was like, okay, this it was good, but I never caught on to the second season. Um, they brought it back to life. Fans were so pissed off, they brought it back to life by writing passionate letters and petitions, forcing Netflix to concede and make one last 2-hour finale. So they were forced. So again, fans have a lot of power. I'm very proud of it. It's called Sense Eight.
I have heard about this because
I
of
remember
a
this.
DID system talking about DID
Ah,
representation in media, and that since 8 wasn't DID, but did
No,
kind
no, it's
of represent like having that like mental support. It was the Entropy System on YouTube. You can go watch it. They
mm-hmm.
talk about a couple of other shows and movies in that same video. But the system actually, the host actually did kind of like Sense8.
It was a very good. Sense8 is very good. Again, but I haven't seen the second season, and I after hearing that I got canceled, I just meh. Oh my god, how can I have not talked about this? Brooklyn Nine-Nine was canceled.
I've never seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I
Oh my
know I
god.
need to. Like from all
It's
the fucking
so
memes,
funny.
I need
Fucking
to.
love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Okay,
Wait, I need to go
so
see
this
where
is
this
this is
is.
uh I think you can watch it on Hulu.
Oh.
So I didn't watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine when it first aired. I watched it again later. My sister recommended it to me because she was like, "You like comedy shows? You're gonna want to watch this one. This is." I like The Office, but The Office is just okay to me. I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine more. I think it follows my sense of humor a little bit better
Agreed. You're right.
because
It
there's
is on Hulu, but I could maybe watch it on demand on with cable.
yeah. Hmm.
And I agree with you from my understanding of it. It is more my humor than The Office. I tried watching The Office. I
Right.
couldn't get into it.
I like The Office. It's okay as a comedy, but I do think Brooklyn Nine-Nine was much more my humor. Brooklyn Nine-Nine doesn't really count because it was picked up by another network immediately. Well, it wasn't necessarily immediately because I remember when it got canceled, fans fucking lost their minds too. They were so pissed off. And within a few hours, NBC picked it up. Um, because it ended I think it was supposed to so it was canceled after 5 seasons, and then people were lost their minds, and then it gave them 3 more seasons. NBC gave us 3 more seasons before it ended in season 8,
You
I
know
think.
what I'm learning from this? That if we just lose our mind at our government, we would actually get some change.
Oh yeah. If we lose our minds at our government the way we lose it on our shows, we would actually have change. I haven't watched either of these shows. Magnolia, I watch a lot of TV. Or I guess not TV, but a lot of streaming shows. A lot. Let's see. It went off for a summer, usual, then it got canceled, and NBC bought it immediately. Started in the fall. Oh my god, I know a show that ended too
One day at
early.
a
One day at
time.
a time. Hold up. I'm looking this
I
up.
don't think I've ever
I'm
heard of
looking
it.
this up.
One day at a time. Yeah, no, I've never heard of this. It's a Netflix show.
Of course, it's Netflix. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that a lot of the shows on Netflix
Mm-hmm.
are canceled.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Latino show. Oh, I no, I've never heard of this. Hmm. Huh. I'll check it out. Wait, I do know of this. Hold up, I do know of this because I saw this on TikTok. Excuse me.
She got too
There was like
excited.
what was it? Her mom was treating her daughter and her son differently. I think it was like some clip on it on TikTok that I've seen. I do know this show. Yes. Uh but yeah, I'm thinking Netflix is one of those streaming services that if your show gets picked up, it's fantastic, but I'm also scared that it will uh get canceled. I can't with Netflix. They just do it so easily. I mean, I bet that it's not that easy, but I mean, come on. It's kind of easy for
Yeah.
Netflix. It makes me sad. I don't think I ever, other than the Owl House and like stuff like that, when I was younger, I didn't get upset that certain shows got canceled, or I just didn't take heed to it.
Yeah.
But as an adult now, I'm like, why did this get canceled? Why can't you bring it back? What the fuck is wrong with you? That stuff.
Agreed.
And I remember I talked to you about it,
Mm-hmm.
especially with Disney. I highly doubt we're gonna get like a good show like how the Owl House and Amphibia was? Because they dealt with a lot of, like, I was surprised of the topics that it dealt with
Hmm.
in a for a kids show.
Yeah.
Because you were dealing with toxic friendships in Amphibia, like
Oh,
really toxic
really,
friendships in
really
Amphibia,
toxic friendships.
friendships in Amphibia,
Like, it
and
made me uncomfortable as like an adult that it's just like,
but those are things that happen, you
and I'm
know.
glad that they're addressing them, but it was just so
Exactly,
realistic.
it was, and I think that's why I loved Amphibia so much because they were addressing these topics that a lot of other shows do not address, and that was one of them. And I love that they did that. Um, and with the Owl House, I think it addresses. I hate to say this, but um, colonization
I can believe it.
in the second season. In the second season, like it was very bizarre because again, I don't want to spoil anything, if especially to those who haven't seen the second season of the Owl House. It gets it's very good.
It is very good.
It's very good, and you can see the themes that they're reaching out for in the Owl House in terms of, I guess, being different or being made differently than others. And it's just very good. Season 2 was, it blew my fucking mind. I found, now that I finally sat down and watched it,
Hmm.
it's so good. It is so good. Um, and I'm glad Disney actually addresses those kinds of topics. Like Disney created shows, including Gravity Falls, where you deal with so many tough topics. Like with Gravity Falls, like
Hmm.
you deal with the regret. An adult has to deal with the regret of losing his brother, right?
Hmm.
Because of something he technically did, but not really. But it was it was just very good
I
that
don't
Disney
think
did
that's
these.
just Disney. I think that's specifically the writers
The writers,
coming up and
because
realizing
they
that we
don't.
need to normalize a lot of things for our younger generations. Like, one of the things, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm not going to get into details about who it is. But, like, in the most recent, like, in the second half of season 3 for Owl House, one character teaches another character a breathing technique to pull him out of a
Mm-hmm.
panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, holy shit. And it's not like, oh, this is what you have to do. It's like, oh, hey, my dad taught me this to
Yeah.
help me. Let me show you how it helped. And like, that wasn't the end all be all, this is what you have to do, because they approach a different technique to help pull this character out of another anxiety attack.
Right.
They
I
show
also
two different techniques, and it's just like, and then they didn't make it a big deal. It was so super
no.
casual. I, as an adult, recognize what it is
Yeah.
because I use
Same.
both techniques. I've had the second
Hmm.
technique used on me when I was spiraling really, really bad.
Right. And I also want to say that for season 2, it addresses, they don't outright say it because they're just very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Abuse.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah. And so not a lot of shows can really do that. And I'm very proud of how they handled a lot of. Our house just knows how to handle that shit. Man, there must be
Yep.
some psychologists, writers there because they know how to deal with like PTSD
I
with
think
shit.
it's not just like psychologists and therapists. I do think they are consulted.
Mm-hmm.
I just think because they are our age and older, the millennials who have
Mm-hmm.
normalized going to therapy and
Oh
talking to
yeah.
therapists and being open about our emotions, that we, as I've always told you, I don't think I've mentioned it, it is our responsibility to protect the next generation. And that
Generation.
we
Mm-hmm.
are they are normalizing these things for the next generation, and that's how you do it, is in our media.
Yeah. Kumo says also helps that the writers are millennials, so they grew up traumatized. Yes. I hate to say it, but yes. I would also like to point out that Steven Universe also was very good at this.
Yes. And for an older crowd too,
where
because Steven does end
they
up.
dealt with. What was that?
I was just saying that for an older crowd too,
Oh
because
yes,
Luce is what, 13,
I
14,
think she's 14. She's 14.
and Steven's
Um,
14. But when we go into future, he is older.
he's older, and they address that he has PTSD
Hmm.
and how to deal with it, because he's too busy dealing with everyone else's problems that he'd never, and he internalized his own, that he wasn't ever able to process that kind of grief and what he went through. And I loved that in future they finally acknowledged that he was just 14
Hmm.
dealing with all this. He was just a child. Um so good on Steven Universe for addressing those things as well. Because again, just like Kuma says, a bunch of the writers are millennials, so they grew up traumatized. Yes, and just like
Yep.
you said, Abby, that we are very much open to like therapy,
Hmm.
getting help and trying to protect our younger generation from all of that. I think it's very, very, very important for sure. For sure, for sure.
Yep.
Um anyway, we probably should wrap it up soon anyway. Do
Nah.
you want to
Want to talk
Nah.
about Moon
That
Knight?
was so good. I'll talk about Moon Knight.
Like it's like,
We're
oh, we're
never
not
gonna get a
done. You want to
season
talk about Moon
2.
Knight? You want to go on a tangent? Let's go
Oh
on a
my
tangent.
god,
We can go
no.
on a tangent.
That's the one thing
Choo
that I
choo!
just
Time to derail this train.
Moon Knight. I'm sad we're never getting a season 2. I feel like maybe if we cause a riot, maybe if they don't get their Emmy, they can plot for a season 2, for a
They're
second
gonna
chance at an
get it.
Emmy.
Like, okay, so
You
question.
think they're
You
actually
might
gonna
know
get an Emmy?
this. You might know this. Who are they going up against?
I don't know this
So,
because they're still being like series are still being made,
right.
so I'm not sure.
They might, depending on who they're going up against.
Let's see.
Because
It's
if they
gonna
don't
have to
have any
be.
competition, then they'll very easily win that.
Oh no! Since it first started. It's not. It's not. Yeah, we don't have a lot of predictions, and they're all just predictions, so we do not know exactly who is going to be a part of it. Um, don't do that to Oscar Isaac. You could take that back a bullet. No. So first of all, Oscar Isaac does deserve an Emmy. If he has to, it would be for Best Actor.
Mm.
And I guess Best Supporting Actor because there's 2 of them. So I'm
Right?
not
See?
shitting. I'm not.
Shut
I'm
your
not
fucking
shitting.
mouth.
I'm glad you picked that up. I'm glad you
I'm
understood
gonna go
that.
put you in
Um,
timeout, ma'am.
it's a good joke, okay? A great joke, even. Um,
Okay,
but
so it might be as
Oscar
good as
Isaac.
that joke you sent me yesterday or Friday.
I don't remember what I sent you.
I'll meet you at the
I
bottom.
will say. Oh yeah. Yeah. So Oscar Isaac, he deserves it. I genuinely believe he deserves all of that. But if he doesn't win for the outstanding short series,
Hmm.
he's going to be nominated. But if he doesn't win, then it would give him a chance to try again for outstanding series. Because it's just, come on. I just want
But
more.
here's
I'm
the
not
thing:
giving
does he want it though?
If he wins, I don't know. Probably
Because if I
not.
remember correctly, Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't super gung ho about getting an Oscar. He was grateful when he finally got one because it's just like, cool, now the internet can move on to something else. So,
Ah, that's true.
like, does he
I
want
don't
an
know. Oscar
Oscar?
Oscar
He,
Isaac, I think does. I think he's very.
you
I
think
think he
he's that
would.
narcissistic?
No, he's
An
not. It's not the fact that he's
Oscar
narcissistic.
wants an Oscar?
An Oscar. Yeah, Oscar Isaac
He
wants an
does. I
Oscar.
bet he
Yes,
does have that sense of humor, though. I think
I
that would
do.
be the only reason he would want one.
I do think that is also for the representation.
Agreed. That's fair.
I think it's good for Latino representation that he
Mm.
got an Oscar. and he made this show that also showed, Egyptian representation. So, yeah, I think he would like it because it is a show that has people of color. Most of it is people of color. Um, and I don't know. I want him to win, but also if he win, okay, I want him to win, but if he doesn't, he should take a second chance and make a season 2. That's what I think. I just want a season 2 so bad. I'm so sad that is a show that ended so early. I'm not even upset about Loki. If Loki is just one season, I ain't even
But
mad
we
about
have
it.
confirmation that we're getting a season 2. That was the post-credit stuff, is that we
Okay,
were
okay.
going to get a season 2.
A season 2, yeah. And
That
like,
was
I'm mad about it.
confirmed
If
in
they
the show.
Right. But so I don't understand because you know how much I loved Loki. I don't
Hmm.
understand why I'm holding out for Moon Knight so badly because I love Moon Knight. I need a second season for WandaVision. Unfortunately, that's not happening.
Should admit
I know, I know. No spoilers. However, in a recent film, it just proves
it
that
resolves
that's not
itself.
happening.
It
It resolves
resolves.
itself. I loved WandaVision
It was
as
so
as
good.
the first Marvel show that Disney Plus put on. It was phenomenal.
It was this. It set the
Absolutely
tone.
phenomenal.
It set the
It
standard.
set the tone. Yes, it's the new Doctor Strange movie that yeah,
Yeah.
it wrapped it up. But it was honestly a phenomenal show. I'm glad it for one season for the build up to Multiverse of Madness, it was good.
Hmm.
Really loved it. Um so I'm not that upset that it was one season because they did wrap it up
Yeah.
technically in Multiverse of Madness. Now, if only they could do that for Moon Knight, that'd be great. Just want Moon Knight so bad. Okay, what's the question? And we'll let you as a spoiler. And we should probably put
I was about to
spoilers.
say she.
Oh, that's
Okay.
it even yeah.
Hang on.
I can if I cannot.
Okay, give it a second. Give it a
So the
second.
end of have you seen the end of There you go. Everyone who doesn't want to be spoiled for the movie um Multiverse of Madness can exit now
Or mute us. We'll take spoiler
or
down.
mute us. And yeah, we'll give it you 5 seconds.
Hmm.
4, 3, 2, 1. So I know you don't think she. Oh, it's our version of Wanda. So I know a lot of people don't think that. I mean, they're speculating that she is. However, I do believe to make room for the new big baddie, because I first thought that she was going to be the big baddie, but I don't think she is. Because of the Eternals,
Apparently, that's not who that is.
Wait, who?
At the very end, post-credit scene, that she's apparently not an Eternal. Apparently,
No,
she's
she's not.
she's like
No,
the
no, I know exactly
opposite
who she
of
is.
an Eternal.
Yes, yes, I know exactly
Squish.
who she is. The one who follows Doctor Strange.
Doctor Stone is a completely different thing.
I know. This isn't that an anime?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Um, because Wanda's still in Marvel, so she can't be dead. I think she is.
Our
And
Wanda. Our
Wanda, our Wanda is because we need to make
Earth
room.
616 Wanda
Yes,
is dead.
yes. So our Wanda, the Wanda we have been following, is dead. And a reason why I think because she was technically supposed to be the big baddie in most comics. Um. Oh, so I think she's going to step down for a major role, but I bet she isn't dead. I think she is
Again,
to make
our Wanda is dead. The one that we have been,
yes,
like, for the
the
universe
one
we
that
have been
we have been
following
following.
since 2009. She is
Mm-hmm.
dead. We
She
have
is dead.
validation that there are other Wandas in the multiverse,
in the multiverse.
but they do not seem to be the Scarlet Witch.
Boom. So, but I do think our Wanda, who became the Scarlet Witch,
Hmm.
is dead. This is so hard to say because it is a multiverse. So,
Yeah.
it's hard to say. But I do think the one we have been following from the very beginning is dead. Yes.
Yes.
Um, but other Wandas from a different universe, obviously not.
Yeah,
Obviously,
they're still around, but they are
they're still
not the
around.
Scarlet Witch.
No.
Um, and that's
What is
kind
the? What was the? Who was the big baddie in the Eternals? I forgot.
of the Celestial.
Oh, Celestial. Those are what's going to be the next big baddie is a Celestial. The Celestial that
Ah,
made those it made the Eternals essentially.
he has a name.
I
I don't
think
remember his fucking name.
I forgot his name.
It's something
So
with an A.
um
Eternals.
I so as like I searched it up and it says her story does continue. I think I think it might be a different Wanda, if that makes sense. I don't but again, who knows? I might be surprised. But I do think it's a different Wanda for sure.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure it's a different.
yeah, I think it might be a different Wanda. But I think there she's stepping aside because they had to wrap it up at the end of the film to bring forth back the Celestial. That. So because we're now going to focus on the Celestial, which was also the next big baddie after Thanos
Mm-hmm.
and Wanda. So we'll see. We'll see. We're down this Marvel rabbit hole.
What
When is
us?
the next Marvel?
Never.
Yes, always. When is the next Marvel film?
It's Thor: Love and Thunder, and it's supposed to
Oh,
be
that's
this
right.
month. I'm pretty. No, I think it's July. Give me a second. I have it down. Um, Thor: Love and Thunder is July 8th.
Yeah, so we have a whole month.
And we are on hiatus for Marvel series for a little bit too.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, let's see here. What is his name?
I wonder if they're gonna go with their planned story since Eternals did so poorly. I think.
Arishem, Celestial Arishem.
Thank you. I think they are because even though the Eternals did very bad in the
I
box
mean,
office,
not
like a
as
lot of
bad
people
as
were upset.
Morbius, but
Oh my gosh, yes. I still haven't seen that, and I refuse
same.
to. Um, I do believe that that was just a good setup,
Yeah, it was a
and
setup
they're just
movie.
gonna build around it, and it might help. I don't think they're gonna just discard that planned story because Marvel seems to plan a lot around this.
Yeah.
Wait, the Eternals flopped? No, so the Eternals did okay, but a lot of the fans were very disappointed, myself included, was disappointed in the story.
Hmm.
It was just okay. Um, I just felt like when I walked out, I was like, nah, eh,
Yeah.
meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the fans were very disappointed in it. So yeah, so all we have is Thor: Love and Thunder, which I'm very excited for. I think it's just going to be a fun film.
I believe it's Taika that's directing it again, and he's
Oh yeah,
super, yeah, story by Taika, director Taika. Yeah, it's gonna be really funny. He's a really great comedic director.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's just going to be a nice, fun film, which honestly, I'm ready for. I am
Hmm.
so ready for a nice, like, good, fun film, and I'm glad it's with Thor. But anyway, we got to wrap up. We're about to go overtime. We always end with
Oh,
Marvel. I don't understand.
I apparently Miss Marvel is gonna be the new series that is gonna start on June 8th.
Hmm.
which
Oh,
is
that's
going to
very
be
soon.
following like a teenager.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so I'm a little shocked by that because I
Hmm.
hadn't really heard much about her after Moon Knight ended. Though I have been seeing ads for both her and She-Hulk.
Oh, yes.
I've
I
been
have
hearing
seen
more
the
about
ads.
Miss She-Hulk. So,
I actually heard more about Miss Marvel than She-Hulk.
oh really?
Which, yeah. Is Hulk still in Marvel? I mean, well, She-Hulk is, I guess, now.
Um, again, we also don't exactly know which universe we're following, if we're still on Earth 616 or what.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
and
Anyway, who are you?
I am Abmi Kiri. You can find me here on our podcast. You can also find me on Twitter under the same name and spelling, if you want to chat me up. I said hello. You can find me there. You can find me kicking Ricey's ass in Splatoon. Um, when she streams it. I don't stream outside of the podcast. I don't have the computer set up for it. So who the hell are you, ma'am?
My name is A Bowl of Ricey.
Yeah.
I'll put this in my emotes right there. You can find me on Twitch, right there in the chat, at A Bowl of Ricey. Same with Twitter, at A Bowl of Ricey. TikTok, at A Bowl of Ricey. Pretty much just anywhere with A Bowl of Ricey. That's pretty much where I'm at.
Don't you have like a
um,
little side thing for your hobby, ma'am?
Cosplays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I do have a cosplay, but Instagram called Besos Cosplay. If you guys want to check that out, I did post a few pictures from my um MomoCon thing. That.
Yeah.
So I did post a few pictures, and I still have a few pictures I need to post, which I keep forgetting to do until now. So check that out if you guys want, and then you can find us here at What's Your Opinion podcast every Sunday at 11 p.m. Central Time, where we talk about pretty much anything our ADD brains can come up with, essentially. And
You can find us on
yeah, that's everything.
Twitter at
Oh, yeah.
What's Your Opinion? You can chat us up there. You can send us ideas. You can ask us questions. Um, give us your opinions about things like the greatest Cinderella movie ever is still Ever After.
I don't
Um,
believe that, but okay.
you can just be wrong about
It's
that. That's okay.
Roger and Hammerstein's Brandy's Cinderella, but that's fine. Oh, what is next week's topic? We have several. But I do want to do the Snow White like different renditions of Snow White because it's been on our plate for a while,
yeah, we
and
keep
I would
wanting
love
to
to
do
do that.
that.
We keep wanting to do that, but we always forget to do the research to do that.
Yeah.
But and honestly depends. We have so many. Best Cinderella movie is the one with Selena Gomez. Is that the dance one?
Yeah, that's a dance one.
Oh my
Even
gosh, I
I
remember
know
that. I
that.
like
No,
that
ma'am.
one.
No,
And she's in
ma'am.
that red dress.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
a really
gosh.
pretty dress.
It
Like, I
is a pretty dress.
appreciate that it's not the traditional, like, blue kind of thing, or like the
Yeah.
pastel. Um, I will give that the red's really nice, but no, no. You
I
can go
still
back
remember that
and watch it. We do highlight all of our podcasts
podcast.
when our microphones
Hmm.
are working. Still cringe at that.
Yeah.
Uh, that was awful. I
We were so young.
feel so bad about that.
Um, but yes. So we don't know exactly what our next week's topic because it could change depending on
What happens in the
if there's
media?
like what happens in media for sure.
Mhm.
We'd love to talk about it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for joining us,
Yeah.
and we will see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
All right. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.